Hi guys, you're welcome back to my platform once again. How are you all doing? So in today's class, we'll learn how to make this beautiful top, overlapping top with shoulder drape using sunray fabric. Okay, so let's quickly get started. And please, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, like, share. I love you all. God bless you all. So what we have here is our pattern paper is into fold. First, we place our shoulder line. Shoulder into 2 is 8 inches, meaning our shoulder is 16 inches. So you roll this way. So making sure the camera is on. Shoulder slope or slant is 0.5 inch. Neck width is 3 inches. We connect this way. So the next thing to do is to place our armhole depth, which is our shoulder divided by 2 as well. Place this way. So this is your straight row. Connect this way as well to create our bust line. So the neck depth we'll be working with is 5 inches. Decide to work 4 inches, okay? So mine is 5 inches. So the back neck depth is 1 inch because I'm using the same pattern to trace out our back panel before cutting out our front panel. So the next thing to do is to find half of our armhole depth, which is 4 inches. Sorry, explain to my offline students as well. You go in from your half of your armhole depth and half inch to create our front armhole curve. Remember, our front is smaller on our upper part. Back, you do not go in. So this is the back armhole, while this is the front armhole. So the next thing to do is to find our shoulder to our high waist. Sorry, making sure my camera is on. Yes, I had to cross check. Yeah. So checking out the measurements for a client. So from shoulder line to our waistline, we're working with is 18 inches. From high waist to our hip line is 8.5. High waist to under butt is 14. Yeah, so 14 inches plus 18. So that is the length we have here that we're working with for the back panel. But the front panel is to the hip line, or you can work with low waistline, okay? So make cross checking. So the low waist is this. So the front will be the hip line, while the back is under butt. You have seen the introduction already. Okay. So roll it this way. So in the hip line. This is a hip line. This is our front length measurement. So this is to the high waist, the low waist, sorry, the hip line for the front panel. So now it's time to place our round measurements. The bust into 4 is 10.5. Okay. The high waist into 4 is 9.5. Okay, note it's not a fitted wear. Okay, so I'll be adding allowance while transferring to the fabric. So get my straight row to connect this way. So the end part, which is our hip area, will be flare foam. Yeah, there is a free top, the down part, that is the end part. So I introduce my pattern bit this way for better understanding. So introduce palm a curve. So decide to connect this way to give it that flare shape, or just connect straight, or depend on your preference. You can see step out this way from your hip round measurement. So you don't need to be fitted at the end part. Okay. So for offline class, kindly contact us with number you see on the screen here, and online classes too. So cut this way. So stand it this way, step up toward the side seam, should know this, okay, to give that flare from. So this is our back panel. So I will transfer it and show you guys. So I've placed it because of the side seam allowance and the way you should cut your neckline. So I have to show this part. It's very important. You trace this way. I don't add any seam allowance on my armhole part, so trace it this way. So the side seam, decide to work with 2 inches, 1.5 inches as your side seam allowance. You can see. So let's quickly put this aside. So very simple. You can see how beautiful it is. So let's put it aside. So it's time to cut out the front neck depth this way, armhole this way. Sorry, these parts, as I said earlier, these are length for our front. So open it up this way. Okay, we'll be using this pattern to trace the overlapping as well. So because of the design on this fabric, we have to place to make sure it meets the end part. But something happened. Uh, I had a course, I was distracted, but I will show you guys how I trace that part. So using this to trace it, you can see, I'm really sorry about this part. It will just connect from your center front to one side shoulder line. So this is it. So we're using this to trace out the two piece because the front is two piece. Yes. So that is it for this part. So let me quickly introduce our fabric. So just side seam to this part. So this is how you place right side facing the right side of your fabric. So I'm just low here for better understanding. So I just gave it to one of my students, offline students, to trace out the other piece for better understanding. Yeah, since camera couldn't capture that part. Okay, so you can see. So you place it, you aim, weave it once and aim, or you decide to just weave it. Okay, that is just it. So for the drape on the shoulder, which is some of the plate, is optional. Okay, so from your neckline, go in. Okay, make sure there should be an half inch first. You know, you'll be stitching your neckline all around. Place it and plait this way. The plate side will be 3 steps or 2. But if you have zigzag scissors, you won't bother to weave the end part. Here's the curve. So I've placed it on my fabric, making sure the end part tally with the back because of the design on the beautiful rail and fabric. Okay, so place it this way. But if it's a plain sunray fabric, you won't go through all this process. You just flip it. Okay, place this. It will give you your two front piece, both crepe. Okay, so let me trace it all round. I'll show you. So you are through here. You can see I added the same size in allowance, but my overlapping I added half inch. Okay, so it's the same as this. So you flip, raise it this way, right side facing the right side. So place it this way. It's very simple. Place it. But what I'm after is the end part. I want to make sure that design the end part goes round. This actually came out very beautiful. Yeah, this fabric is so beautiful. Just that the camera couldn't do this favor at all. So this came out very beautiful. So I'm just tracing it out. Like here, I won't add size seam allowance. I remember I've added seam allowance to the part that I placed. So you can see how beautiful it is. So you decide to work with the left hand side or right hand side, all depending on your preference. So if you look at that picture, that beautiful video that inspired me, you see that the plate was done on both sides. So mine, I did one. Yeah, this optional. It's the same way. It's both sides you want. It's the same plate. So this is it. So if you have zigzag scissors, just trim it. There's no need to aim it or use overlocking machine to weave it. Sorry, my offline students join as well. So don't trust me now the slave for me. So if you have not watched the basic slave, just click on the link below to take it to our basic slaves tutorial. So back to this part. Yeah. So place it this way. So besides we work on the both sides, I've said that before. So we'll leave ½ inch. Now I'm done aiming it, okay? So decide to just weave. This part I'll be weaving it much later. I can't do that right now. So this is for this part. So it's time to close our neckline. But before then, we have to create our plate. So pin, but remember we need ½ inch on our neckline to aim it. Yeah, mean to stitch all around. So plate this way. So just stop stitch. Okay, that is all for this part. So on pin, we'll just take it to our sewing machine to stitch. So we have to make it 3 steps, plate, yeah, to create that your drape. Now this is the back, so just arranging it. So this is how it should look. We are through stitching it. So if it's both sides, it's the same way. But now we need to aim it. That is our neckline. Sorry. So this is the back. It should be this way. Right side facing the right side. Very simple. You fix your sleeve, join your sides, and that is all. But we have to aim the back neckline before doing all this. So you take it to a machine to aim this way. So for the front on, flip in this way, stitch this way, okay? Then you flip it back to the right side. That is the easiest way. So, so we notch this way all around. So this is for the front panel. So our neckline is very neat. So the back neckline, students have done it as well. So we just pin to stitch this way, okay, to the neckline. Yeah. So patiently pin for easy sewing. Pin this way, okay. Join the side seam as I said earlier. Fix your sleeve. That is all. So, please, if you are seeing this my channel for the first time, just please click on the playlist for more interesting sewing tutorials, okay? You see how neat it is already. Trim out the unwanted threads, okay? And if you are interested in our offline uh, class, yes, and offline classes as well, yes, please just contact us with the number you see on the screen here. Registration for January section for offline is ongoing. We also have accommodation for long distance students. Okay, for monthly online sewing tutorials, paid online sewing tutorials, DM as well. Okay, so this is my slave, my basic slave. So I will just join my slave around. That is all. As I said earlier, close the side seam. Okay, you can see. So flip it right side facing the right side. So we're through. I'm a bit fast here, but you know this part. So I'm done closing it. Okay, you can see the end part. Leave it that way. Yeah, so you can see how neat it is. So if you find this very interesting, like, share. I love you all. God bless you all.